about friendship. I teach my children that please, if possible, choose your friends, don't let them choose you.
Right.
Yeah, I say, if possible, choose your friends. And if you have a friend who would choose you, right, make sure that that one has the same value as you do. I say, look out for value in the people you want to call your friend. Look out for value, value they hold, the principle they hold before you can say this person is my friend. Because a lot of things happen because of friendship. People lose their virginity because of friendship. People get raped. In
Right.
fact, there's a real life situation where a young lady who was a virgin got raped by multiple men, and who the person that set that up was supposed to be her friend.
Right.
So who is your friend? No wonder they say it should be your friend and I will tell you who you are. The good book could say, he that walks with the wise shall be wise, but he that keeps company with fools would attract destruction. Destruction. Yes. Wow. Let's invite some other contribution. Hello, Des. Do you want to say something? Are you free where you are? Is she your daughter?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Hello, Des. Are you free where you are? Are you able to say something? I want to hear what has been your, what you are picking from this whole conversation and what your own contribution would be. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning. So yes, I am her daughter, and I think she's super humble, and I think she's doing an amazing job, but I don't think she's given herself enough credit. Um, so I think the woman that her children have, just like you said, became to be comes stems from a lot of things that she's instilled in us. So yes to that, and for the book. The book is an incredible message of just going through things, experiencing kind of hurt in ways that are difficult to navigate, especially when you've got deep rooted Christian values and something happens that doesn't feel like it's in alignment with your beliefs, and so it's easy to avoid things that you don't want to face, but it's equally kind of detrimental and harmful to your well-being, your mental health. And so I think she kind of pointed out some really beautiful ways to navigate that with forgiveness, seeking out God. But I think it's also important to seek out, the Bible says to seek counsel. And so I think it's also important to seek out like therapy, to talk through things. And I love how you both talked about friendships, because support systems are also the more like important piece of healing and navigating trauma. So that's all I would add.
And that's a beautiful addition. Thank you so much, my sister. That's a beautiful addition.
No
And
problem.
you brought something about therapy, and I'm going to go back to your mother on that, right? I was seeing a movie. I love movies a lot. I was seeing the movie How to Get Away with Murder, right? And that lady, I can't remember her name. Oh my goodness. Um, she had an alcohol situation, right? And she needed to see a therapist. But in the movie, I discovered that it's as though her therapist even need a therapy. Like her therapist is more in need of therapy than than her. So, what do you want me to understand about this? Because most times it looks as though a doctor doesn't need to see a doctor.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Talk about it. Let people know, no matter what, what do you have to say to people about getting help when they need one?
I mean, we're all human. we're all human at the end of the day. We all need some type of help with something. Even if, like you said, even a therapist needs a therapist, right? You
Yeah.
know, I mean, who doesn't have a problem that they need fixed at some point? If I could use an analogy of a car, the car needs to be fixed. It needs to be tuned up. It needs something done to it at some point in time. So as a human, you need some kind of work done to you at some point in time. Everybody needs somebody to help them at some point in time. So we all need each other. We all need somebody. We all need help.
Don't die in silence. Reach out.
Right.
But the question is, who do I reach out to? That will be the last question to this conversation. But that question will come after this short break and this beautiful music. So get ready to listen to this beautiful music.
And all this energy is messing me up. I'm just a cool guy, sober drunk. And you can get it, I'ma keep it a buck. So tell me what's up, yeah, it's already up. I got that vodka at the top of the cup. We can do it on the top of the truck. Ain't no shame, boy, I'm giving it up. It's your way to do it. I like what you do, baby. You want it every time you, baby. Boy, you know it's true, baby. It brings me joy, I make you happy, yeah.
All right, we are back, and that song is titled Happy from Her Highness. Now, guys, this is where we are drawing this to a conclusion. We want to talk right now about protecting your trust. Okay? Protecting your trust. I think trust is one of the biggest, should I call it commodity, that you have. And a lot of us have been destroyed because our trust was battered, right? But is the problem the person you decided to trust? Or is the problem you who decided to trust the person? I'm just wondering. If you knew how to protect your trust from the onset, would it be battered? Would your trust be betrayed? So the question I want to ask to our legendary author, published author, whose book is on the big screen, Overcoming the Adversary's Daughter. And this book can be found even here on TikTok Shop. You can buy it here on TikTok Shop and it will be shipped and mailed to you. All right. But this is the last question, and this is the last thought that I want to get from her. How do we protect our trust?
So I would say, don't be so, follow your instincts. If you feel something is off about somebody or something, trust that. We usually have some type of indicator that tells us something about a person or a thing. And, you know, we usually overlook it. We usually overlook it, and we shouldn't overlook it. We usually have signs that tell us, you know, that things are not right about something or something, and we overlook it because we don't want to see it. But we need to pay attention to these things and stop turning a blind eye to people and things, and actually pay attention, because we usually want to see the better in people. You know, we usually want to look on the good side and see the better in people. But, you know, believe what you see. Believe what you see. If somebody is showing you something about them, believe what the person is showing you. You know, believe that. That is who the person is. This is what it is. And we, as people, usually kind of overlook that. And we need to stop.
Wow. Intuition, instinct, don't play with them. Use your intuition, use your instinct, listen to that inner voice. If there is a negative energy about someone, it's not difficult to pick.
Right.
But you have to listen. The question I asked was, my trust was betrayed. Was it my fault or the person's fault? Is both ways, right? But let's leave the person out of the picture for now and talk about you. You want to sharpen your instinct, okay? You want to make it very sharp. You want to raise your antennas, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be sensitive with your intuition and your instinct. You have to be able to develop that inner voice within you that is able to bear witness with you that something is wrong and off about this person. And once you hear that, that's where your safety is.
Right. But for me, personally, I say that my senses have gotten sharper with more prayer. The more I pray, the more I ask, you know, God to help me out. He has with more prayer. He's giving me more dreams. He, you know, giving me more. I don't want to sound crazy, because people who are not as more spiritually in tune, when you talk like this, they look at you kind of upside down. But when you pray and you ask God, sometimes, you know, you actually hear like a little still voice that tell you, you know, don't do that. It's real. And you kind of, either you listen to it or you don't. Sometimes if you don't listen to it, then you suffer the consequences. And you either deal with the consequences, or, you know, you get the blessing of listening to what you were told, you know. That's my answer for that.
Absolutely. And that's a great answer. You cannot do without prayer. Therefore, there's no sensitivity without prayer. There's no spirituality. You cannot become sensitive in the spirit if you do not pray. It is prayer that reveals and I think I might want to use Elisha and Gehazi as an example. At some point, Elisha was going to be arrested by the king, and soldiers had already surrounded his house. Gehazi, who was his maybe apprentice, uh, was scared. He was really scared seeing all these soldiers with all manner of weapons, right? And he was like, Master, these guys are here. What are we gonna do, right? Elisha said, Boy, you disturbing my sleep. Let me sleep. What's wrong with you? He said, But they're here to arrest us. And then Elisha said, prayed and said, God, open his eyes to see that they that are for us are more than they that are against us. It took prayer. That's the point I'm trying to make. Elisha prayed for his spiritual eyes to open. And he did. When his eyes opened, he saw a host of angels.
Jesus.
And Elijah commanded blindness on the soldiers, and all of them went blind. So the point is, sensitivity in the spirit requires prayer. If you are lazy in prayer, you will keep being a victim. People will keep taking advantage of you. You keep making wrong choices. So we're encouraging you to invest more in prayer. Again, for the last time, let me put you on the big boss and have you tell people how to get this book, because we have come to the end of this podcast, but that will not be without you giving us a detailed information on how to make sure that we lay our hands on this amazing book that you have written. How can we get it?
Okay, so you can go over to my profile. There's a link right on my profile. You can just tap on it. It'll take you right over to Amazon. And you can order it there. It'll take you right to the book. It's that easy. It's that easy. Did it pause? You still there?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Confirm.
Yeah, I can hear you now. It kind of went out for a second there.
Oh, I was repeating what you said to the people. Go to her profile, her profile, click on the link on her profile, and you will be directed exactly where you will get the book. Please do get that book. All right. And when you are reading it, have an open mind. Don't be surprised or shocked by the way it is written, because it was written to convey the practicality of what was being or what was happening in the story. All right. So the girls involved in the story are not churchgoers, they are word girls. So they use word languages. So don't be shocked. All right, okay.
It definitely expresses the character of the people.
Right. It's character representation, and that's I was trying to get your daughter to say a last word. I don't know if she's there before we draw the curtain, but I have. Des, are you there? Can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Yes. What would be your parting word, to people? Why do people need to go get this book as quick as possible? Why do we need to go get it? That was your passing word to everyone listening to us.
I think the book just kind of allows an opportunity to have a conversation that a lot of people, especially within the Christian community, are unwilling to have, or to be vulnerable and transparent about, or be real about. Because I really like how in the beginning of the call you said, we're going to have a real conversation. It's going to be uncensored. And I think sometimes as Christians, we kind of turn a blind eye or sweep things under the rug or avoid because the Bible says we can't, or that's how we perceive what the Bible says. Because, but I think it's important for like you said, forgiveness and just to kind of come to terms with things, for us to have those uncomfortable conversations about sexual abuse and sexuality and things of that sort. So I would say if you're interested in being real and exploring those conversations that Christianity otherwise tells us we shouldn't, and things that you might have experienced and haven't been able to come to terms with on your own, then it's a great read. So Take a look.
Take a look. Somebody asked what's the name of the book. It's on the big screen, Overcoming the Adversary's Daughter. It's on the big screen, and when you click on the link where you've been directed to click, it will take you directly to where you're gonna get the book. This has been a great pleasure of mine to host this. I mean, since I've got to know her, the connection is just awesome. To host this amazingly beautiful sister of mine, I want to say thank you for writing this book. Thank you so much. I mean, I can't wait for the subsequent editions of the book to be out. And you actually do have another book. You don't want to talk about the other book you have real quick? I think it's poetry. You know, some stuff. Are you King Solomon? Are you writing Songs of Solomon right here, right now?
Say that again.
I said, are you King Solomon? Are you writing Songs of Solomon? You know, Solomon had some great anointing about poetry.
It's called Lydia Solomon, Temptations of Solomon. That is has adult content in it. I don't know if you want to get that one. It is actually how can I explain this? It's kind of on the same wavelength. It's about a girl who's trapped in something and she finally comes out of it. And at the end is a poem that expresses her breaking free from incarceration, which was like the incarceration of the relationship that she was in. So it's kind of along the same thing, but it's a little bit different.
Okay, we'll check that.
So let's stick with this one first, and then we can move along to that.
I believe a lot of people will go get this book. And guys, thank you so much for being here. I've really, really enjoyed myself. Your company is always interesting and exciting. You make it easy to have a conversation with your quiet, soft-spoken voice. You know, your quiet personality. We've all enjoyed your presence today, and I want to say thank you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so very much. So, guys, let me bring myself to the screen. All right. Yeah, so I was off the screen so that you can see the book, know what we're talking about, go get the book. But it's been an amazing conversation today, and I want to say thank you for hanging out with us, okay? Until I come your way next time, please don't forget what we discussed today. Be superior in your act of making friends. Practice forgiveness, okay? And it is three-dimensional. Forgive yourself, forgive whoever hurt you, and should I say most importantly, forgive God, all right? And remember that we've just punched a hole in some theology or philosophy where for years it's been said we cannot question God. That's not true. Moses questioned God. Jonah questioned God. A lot of people question God in the Bible. God wants you to question Him because with that you gain more clarity. All right? I am your friend, I am brother Samuel Nabi, a reverend gentleman and ambassador of the state of Israel. And it's been a pleasure to have my sister Nicole. How do you pronounce it? Nicole?
Nicole Alves, yeah.
Nicole Alves. It's been a blessing to have her join me today. Couldn't get the book for her profile. How do I get it? If you go on Amazon and search her name, you can get it. Okay, you can get it, or you go to TikTok Shop. I don't know what country you are, but if you have TikTok Shop active in your country, the book also is available on TikTok Shop. You can also buy it from there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your presence, and I will see you next time. Thank you because I appreciate you, and thank you for writing. Please keep writing.
Thank you. I will. Appreciate it.